Hello, my loved ones. I hope that you're all doing well. I just wanted to take a moment and record a little video to fill you in on kind of what's been going on. Some of you may have noticed my community posts on the YouTube channel or on Instagram and Facebook. And essentially, my father was in hospice the week February 14th. And following that, and he passed away on February 18th. While this is difficult, this was anticipated. My father had terminal congestive heart failure. What I did not expect was that 2 days later, the day before I was scheduled to fly back to the Seattle area, my best friend unexpectedly passed away. And that hit me hard. So as losing my best friend was really unexpected, it's been very, very emotional for me. I usually have very, very high energy. And even on my 2-week trip home to Washington, I kept my energy high. And part of this is very karmic. Part of this is working through programming about conditionality and love, about self-worth and love. And so to make a long story short, this entire experience that I have been going through has really been a deep interlude of some healing and some shadow work. And I'm coming back, but it's taking me a little bit of time. So you may have noticed that while I was away from my studio back home in Washington State for the final arrangements for my father and my best friend, I limited what was available in the Etsy shop to just my Divine Feminine Healing and Empowerment course. The shop is now repopulated with my other services and readings. So I am taking private readings. I'm actually in the process of recording and delivering a few today. But I'm really getting back in touch with my higher self as I'm working through these shadows and really trying to get centered again so that I can get divine guidance on what our next reading is going to be about together. One of the things that you may have noticed before my break was I had taken a poll about what content I'm producing for you, and had decided that I wasn't going to do readings on divine connections anymore. And in being honest with myself, that's just not true. That's part of my truth. My unwillingness to want to read for them is part of my own shadow work on my own twin flame journey. And that's really been brought to the forefront with the other grief and loss that I've been experiencing. Unresolved grief and loss related to no contact and twin flame separation is a wound that's been lingering. And I just kept moving forward because I couldn't sit with it because it hurt too bad. So I will be continuing to read on divine connections, no matter how difficult these energies are for me. I understand that they're just as hard for all of you. But it would be lie by omission if I didn't make Soulmate Journey Empath include this profound experience, which triggered my spiritual awakening and has brought us all together to create this community of ascension, of healing, of guidance, and of unconditional love. So, patience with me as I continue my healing journey, and I plan on feeling refreshed enough to have uploaded more content for you by this time next week. So forgive me my humanity, my wounds, my triggers, my issues that need to be healed. But I wanted to make this video to update you, to let you know what's going on, and also to let you know we are hand in hand on this journey. We are walking through this experience together. I certainly don't have everything figured out, and I work through karmic programming and conditionality to get in touch with that higher voice that's never going to lead me astray. And I felt that sharing this might inspire some of you to understand that we are really neck and neck on this healing journey together. And it's not always easy, and you're not alone. So I've been sitting here in this grief, in this loss, because in the last 2 years, I've lost the 4 people that were my go-to people that I would call or that I would talk to about anything that is bothering me. I keep a lot of things close to my chest, and I'm acquainted with a lot of people, but I'm not very close with that many. And my mother passed away March 16th of 19. My uncle September 13th of 20. My father February 18th of 2021, and my best friend February 20th. And then, in addition to this, I had the unresolved grief of separation and no contact with my divine counterpart. And all of this grief and all of this loss and all of this, in this grief and loss that I buried down, I just haven't allowed myself to be in it, to feel it, to process it. And you know, all of this happening is very, very karmic. And so for those of you who are going through the dark night of the soul, this message is specifically geared to help inspire hope and healing in you, and to let you know that you're not alone. And even if you think that you're past your dark night of the soul, there are many. The ascension path brings more and more shadow. The higher you ascend, the higher your soul vibration becomes, the higher your dimensional attunement becomes, so that you can purge these shadows and be free of them forever, to continue ascending and rising in your capacity for love, and in your capacity for love and in your consciousness. These things are ever expanding, and we have to let go of whatever is tethering us or holding us back from rising. So I just wanted to check in, let you know how things were going, speak a little bit of truth with you, because communicating how we feel and being honest about it is very, very important. And I've used a lot of what I've experienced and what I've felt as a muse to create things, to create my divine feminine healing and empowerment. I finally got back in touch with music production and have produced a couple albums and have 16 songs of more material that I'm figuring out how to release, because I've been performing alchemy. And I just encourage you, you know, I can't even tell you how many poems I've written just to vent how I feel the past couple of years. You know, but they were things that I never released, that I never shared, that I never told anybody else about. And so they were still silencing my voice. And so if there are means of expression that empower you, that give a voice to those feelings that can be overwhelming, that you can't make sense of, reach for it. It is your lifeline. It is higher you inviting you to transmute this energy, to perform inner alchemy and be the master of your own healing journey. As always, I am sending you so much healing, love, and light. Bye-bye.